Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we have Aditya with us, who has recently cracked RedHat interview and is going to describe the job procedure and his coding activities. So before moving forward, Aditya, can you introduce yourself to our audience so that they can build a connection with you?
Yeah, sure, Madhvi. Thanks a lot for inviting me here. So let's start. So my name is Aditya Soni, and I've started working at RedHat. Okay, and if I say more about me, then I'm more of a community person. I like to talk to more people and get to connect with them. And more of it, I work on cloud and DevOps side of area. So those are my mainstream. If we say about the work side, then yeah, I like to do lots of CI/CD processes and to do integrate lots of technology in of the one frame. Okay, so this is the more of about me, and yeah, I think that's all. And you can check more of thing on the LinkedIn itself. That will save you a lot of things, and you can stay connected with me.
So basically, how you prepared for your Red Hat interview, and first of all, for your written examination, you might have wrote the written exam before
Yeah.
getting your interview call, right?
Yeah. So Madhvi, like how it goes, like for Red Hat, like if I say the truth, so I was like preparing since my college days. Okay. So in our college there was Red Hat Academy was there. Okay. So from Red Hat Academy, I just started with Linux, some basic things, and then after that I done some Red Hat certifications like RSC, RSC. Then I got more interest in Red Hat technologies and lots of products of them. So I started to learn cloud DevOps and other side of areas, and side by side started to do some like little bit of coding, not much more, because I'm not much proficient in DSA and all. So I just started with basic things first. Okay, then when it comes to my I can say like third or fourth year, then I start like I applied it at the off campus. So it's not I got didn't got my own campus. So after I get my all the placements from college, then I got some time to prepare and to apply again. So I just applied at it, and I got an interview call. So on the time, I just given one simple test that was consisting of like I can say coding questions and some of the MCQs. So in MCQs, you can get a mixture of aptitude, and we can say some of the coding, like some of the networking or OS part of questions are there. Okay, so that was there. So if I say about like how I started, so when I say about the OS networking and all the part, so I was preparing for that from the college time. So I was having lots of knowledge regarding that. So it's not like it's a day night process. Like I just sit before day and it's all done. So it's not like that. And regarding that thing, like as you asked regarding the coding thing, so yeah, side by side I was doing Geeks for Geeks and Hacker Earth and other coding platforms. So I just cracked those most of the questions. Okay, so that's how it goes. And when I say to the like the interview process, so how it goes. So in Red Hat there are multiple kind of positions. So I applied for the ATSEs. So these are like positions on the OpenShift or any of the technology that Red Hat is working on. So those are the products of Red Hat. And what we have to do at the back end. So if any of the customers is facing any of issues, then they raise tickets to us and we have to resolve them. So it's kind of more of troubleshooting, what I can say, troubleshooting rules. Okay, but there are more roles at Reddit, like you can say software engineers. There are software maintenance engineers also, SREs also. So different kind of roles are there, and they have a lot of different procedure. So you can get more of coding or more of DSA part, the complex things, and the if you will go with the software engineer part. Okay, and more of the DevOps kind of part if you go with the SRE, the Go and Python kind of programming languages, the SRE. But it depends, like on which position you are applying. So I'm only saying like which I have applied and I am working on. Okay, so yeah.
So you were from Tier 3 college, right? You were not
Yeah.
from IIT or NIT. Then how did you approach the company? Like it is difficult for Tier 3 students to approach product-based companies in their final year or even after that. So how
Yeah,
did you apply
that's
to
a,
them?
yeah, that's a great question, and I liked it because most of us only think like we tier three companies will not be able to crack those interviews, and they like if you will apply, then company will not reach out to us again. So that's how we actually think, but that's not the case. See, doesn't matter if you are in tier 3 or tier 2 or anywhere, but still the one thing is that like we have to try. Okay, so that's the one thing I've already like I always tried. Okay, because I didn't thought like I'm tier 3 and I am tier 4, I tier 3 1, or let's say I'm not from NIT IIT, but I have one goal, like I have to go there. That's all. So what I did is like I started to the first thing I started to build connections with LinkedIn connection and build the profile also. And side by side I start to like contribute on open source communities and open source projects whatever I'm getting, and I started to work on those. Then after that, like I started to apply. So this is the main thing. So when we say like we are from tier 3 college and someone from IIT, so the only thing is difference is like what I understood is like the approach. So we only think like we are from tier 3, so we will just submit a resume, and we thought like no one will get back to us. But that's not the case. We have to improve always. We just apply before 6 months, then wait what's happening. If like they are not reaching out to you again, then you have to think like where you have lacked. Okay, so that's how I actually like day by day I just grow. I just applied, then I didn't got a call, so I again thought like what I'm missing. Is there any miss in my resume? Is there miss in my communication? Is there miss in my approach that I'm trying to give, or is there any technical skills that I'm missing in my resume that is not matching to their ATS? Okay, so ATS, like most of people must know this, but still I'm just giving for reference. Like, so whenever you apply, so whatever you have written in your resume, they will just filter it out from the JD. So whatever job description is written on the job post. So previously also like before, like I can say in 2019 when I applied, then I forget these things because I was not knowing. So what I did, like I prepare my resume according to the JD of the company, and then you have to apply it. So only that time your resume will be selected. So the first thing is this. So main focus is on resume, and then you have to apply like the best thing is like from LinkedIn. If you have connections, then you can reach out to them for a referral. If you have one referral now, then that will be so easy for you. So it's not like you have to wait for the next interview call or something. Referral works for so fast. So yeah, that one approach anyone can try. So yeah, then I got the interview call, and that's how it goes. And one more thing I want to highlight, like if you're from tier 3 and if you're applying to any of companies, then don't just think like you applied one time, you applied two time, or you applied a per day, you apply to 10 companies, but if no one is getting you, so that can be a case. Because in my case also, I have in previous stage or the initial stage, I applied almost 10 to 15, or I can say 20 plus companies per day. Then only I got a call from multiple companies, and I choose RedHat from them.
So, how did you build your LinkedIn profile? I mean, what were the skill set that you portrayed on your LinkedIn profile, and what were the communities in which you have contributed?
Yeah, sure. So basically, it depends on person to person. So I'm not saying whatever I have done, you have to do it to do these things or to the same thing what I have done. Okay, so the approach can be different according to the person to person. But the main thing, like what I can say is like choose the first thing is your interest. So where is your interest lies? Are you a more of like coding person? You want to do DSL Go or something? Are you more of a cloud or a DevOps person? You want to do a contribution to that side, or like accordingly you can choose, and then you can finalize where you want to go. And then if you have that particular goal, like this is particular my stream, then you can just choose whatever communities you want to just contribute. Okay, so for me, like I only held AWS user group Jaipur, that is user group for whole Rajasthan itself, and CNCF Jaipur. So we have a team, but yeah, I'm leader for those. So yeah, we actually plan their events and do some kind of sessions, do some discussions regarding whatever new is coming. So yeah, that's how it goes. And there are lots of communities contribution I have done in the past, and I like to do more of sessions. So if I say like regarding 2017, so from 17-18, I just got this particular interest to give session on whatever I just learned or whatever I just know. Okay, so yeah, I have given lots of session, or I can say as a speaker on the multiple opportunities uh, on the globally. Okay, yeah, so on I think you have asked me like the LinkedIn. So how you have built your LinkedIn and what are the things you have to just put out there. So on the LinkedIn, like there are lots of options, and you can find any of the video on the YouTube itself, like how you have to build it. But the major things that always like anyone miss after using those videos also, like so when you just create those profiles, so you have to let's say if you haven't done any of certifications, so what people does is like they just put whatever certification they have, like training certification or like so what I mean to say, like don't put everything there. Put only the main things that will add values to your resume or something like that. So a LinkedIn profile works as your resume. So think like that. Like if anyone is coming to your profile, then whatever you want to show them, just show only those things. Not like you have got one certificate that is one for training or that's for a volunteer or something like that. So you have to don't put everything or every single thing there. Just put any main things. Like let's say you are a part of any developer communities, so that will help you, like because you are a community person, you like to reach out to people, and you want to connect with others also. So you can stick this those things, but not in experience but in the volunteership, like I just volunteer for this thing or that thing. Okay. And the next thing is like in the college itself you can start to looking for the internships. So if you get the 2 or 3 internships, that will be good in your experiences. So that will like that will ease your process when you are applying any of the companies. Okay, so because that will give you a project also, that will give you experience also, how actually IT works, what are the fundamentals you have to know, workflow and all. So these like these basic fundamentals you will just clear if you get one or two internships, and that will help you to highlight on your LinkedIn also. And while you're doing the internship, you can get a lot of idea, like on which text you are more proficient on. Okay, so it's so mostly what happens, like when we start our job, but like in college time we know like I love to code this particular language, but when we start our job we actually felt like this is not for me. So this is particular roadblock we face if we not do any of internship. So if you face like if you do an internship, then you already know like this is not my cup of tea and this is I can do. So that's why I'm saying like do 2 or 3 internships on different fields, because on that time you can try different things, and then if you're starting a full-time position, then you can choose whatever you love from those. Yeah, I think that's all. And yeah.
Usually, how many rounds does Red Hat conduct for the students in order to hire them?
Yeah. So, like RedHat actually don't hire in the, if I will say, then in the last sem. So if you are applying in the seventh sem, then they will not hire you. They will hire you as an intern. Okay. If you're trying to apply as a full time, then apply after the eighth sem of it. Okay, eighth sem for engineering, because this is my roadblock that stuck with me also, because I got cleared my like previous interview in the seventh sem, but on the time they put me on the hold because they will not hire you on the seventh sem itself. If you're on the eighth sem, and then they can hire you as an intern, and they can give you the full time if you are eligible. Okay, so let's come to the part that you asked regarding that what are the interview process and what are the rounds, how much round are there. So see, there are different kind of rules, as I previously told you. Okay, so there are different kind of rules are there, and if I say about the rules, so let's first come to the that is software engineer, that is SE. So if you're applying for the SE, then there will be like 4 rounds of interview. So the first can be your what I can say, the coding round. So in coding rounds, you can face like 2 or 3 coding questions, and then you can face lots of aptitude and other questions there. And if you are cleared the first round, then there will be second round also, and you have to clear that also. And after that, you will be facing technical interviews. So technical interviews can vary. So sometimes what happens, like in one interview you can get 2 interviewers there, and if it's not the case, then you can get multiple interviews. Like previously you can get one technical interview, and then after that you can get another with the another senior person, and then there will be managerial round. So that's how it goes. And if we come to the ATSC, that I think someone have asked the question the same. So for the ATSC, there like it depends on which technology you are going. So so for the ATSC, you can start preparing from your JD itself. So just look in the JD. So the job description, like on which technology you are going on. So myself is working on like OpenShift. So I know like on the OpenShift they will ask me these questions. So I just prepared my resume like that only. Like I just put it whatever actually mean to be. on that particular role. Okay, so it's not like I know the 10 things and I have to give interview on the on those 10 things. Because I know like on the 5 things also, these can help me to crack the interview, so I will put those only in that particular resume and I will highlight those to the interviewer. Like you can just focus on these things. Okay, so for the ATSC there was first round, that's I previously said, like there was some multiple choice question was there for the, that was like mixture of OS networking and all, and you can get one or two coding questions that can be so easy for you. Okay, so it's not like much of complex, but yeah, that can be easy, because in this particular role you will not able to, you are not doing any of the like any of the coding, or you are not any building of the things. Okay, so yeah, after this you will face a technical round. So there is two technical rounds you can face. The first technical round will be something more of the troubleshooting. Okay, so they can ask you questions regarding how you can troubleshoot the system. They can ask you multiple questions like, if something is failing, then how you can check those, what are the commands to read those logs, and in the logs, if you are getting those logs, then what is the mean of this particular thing and that particular thing, something like that. And as I said, it depends on the like tech stacks. Like if you are applying on the OpenShift, then they can ask you more of questions on the Docker, Kubernetes, and this kind of area. And if you are applying for the rel Linux or something, then they can ask you questions regarding that. Okay, but besides these, whatever you write in your resume, let's say I'm going to OpenShift, but still I have written DevOps or CI/CD or any other technologies that I know the Google Cloud or AWS Cloud, so I have written those. So obviously they will ask it. So that's why I'm saying, like, prepare your resume like what you know. Okay, and then the next thing, after, let's say, so there will be two technicals. As I said, the first technical will be taken by one of the like junior person, then there will be a more technical round that will be taken by the most senior person in the group. Okay, so they will both judge you, then they will finalize like how the things are going for you. Then there will be next round, it will be your managerial. So in managerial there can be like, there can be two kind of managerial. Like this can be happen like all the two managers, like one is the hiring manager, on the which team you are going on, and one is the manager that will judge you according to your skill set and all. So it depends on, like, you can get both in the same interview, and that can be like different interviews. But yeah, there can be two. But if you are getting to both managers in the same, then that will be good for you. So they can judge you regarding like how you are fit in the Red Hat. Okay, so in Red Hat, like, we follow the open source culture. Okay, so it's not like we are following the open culture. So we are, if you are connecting to a like low level manager, or I can say high level manager, then they both will be open to you and they will be freely to connect to you. Okay, so that's how it works, and they will look the same things in you, like you are a people person, or you are always there to help to your colleague, or you're always running behind, like running from those things. Okay, so they will judge according to your mindset, how the past, in the past, how you face the problems, according to that. And yeah, that's all. And if you have already done, what I can say, like these kind of rounds, then yeah, you are good to go.
So someone asked about the programming language that you learned
Yeah,
in college time. So
yeah, I just checked, the Akash Rathi is there. So yeah, he's my I can say he's from college. So we are from, since college we are together. Yeah, so Akash, I have prepared with the Python and the shell scripting.
many of the people have doubt regarding DevOps role. So would you like to describe this role to the audience?
Yeah, sure. So I will say, like, I'm the perfect person to answer this particular question regarding the DevOps. So, uh, so, uh, so can you ask the brief question, Madhvi? The exact question, like regarding the DevOps, or I need to explain everything?
No, just the basic definition, like what is the role of DevOps, how one could prepare for this role, what are the
Okay.
technologies used in this.
Yeah, yeah, got it. Yeah. So when it comes to DevOps, like, so if I say now, so basically DevOps is nothing but a methodology. If we choose, like, people are going to the software engineer rules. Okay, so there are the developers. But what happens in IT, like, there are two teams always working in, like, there's a developer team, there's an operation team. So DevOps is methodology that will actually combine both of them. So it's a method, like we are just helping. both of the team to work like combinedly and build the software and deploy them easily. Okay, so that's how the easy definition it is. And if it comes to prepare and for the rules and to apply those, okay, so it consists of many of the things. Okay, so you can't be just to do some kind of things like I have done Python, I have done one of the cloud, so yeah, now I'm a DevOps engineer. So this is not a thing. Okay, so for the DevOps you have to daily, like not daily but yeah, because there are lots of tools that are coming picture in. Okay, but if I say most of the tools, okay, before the tools, if you are a student, then I will just suggest you just don't run behind the tools to learn the technology stack. Like don't first go with the Docker, Jenkins and all. Just first focus on the subjects you are having in the computer science, like OS, networking, and in OS also we have lots of concepts in Linux. Like if you run behind the Linux, then it's again a whole book to read, and that will take a lot of time of you. And to be honest, in DevOps, Linux will help you a lot because everything works on the CLI. And if you are not able to understand those logs, then I'm not sure like how you survive there. So that's why I'm saying like prepare for the basics first, then run behind the tools. Okay, so if you have already done the basics, whatever I said, then you can run behind the tools like Jenkins, Docker, and you can do one of the programming language that can be Python, and you can learn the shell scripting. Okay, so that will help you when you are automate the things. Okay, so yeah, so you can learn one of the cloud that can be any of them like AWS, GCP, Azure. Okay, and after that you can start to look more of the tools area, like to learn the Kubernetes in the vast, like how you can run the lots of things over there, because company use most of like all of the company use Kubernetes now. So okay, so you can just do that and learn of the Terraform or something, two or three more of the tools. Okay, then you can apply for those DevOps rules
Can you tell us few of the common interview questions?
of the DevOps
Yes.
or of the red. Okay, of the
No,
DevOps. So yeah,
you have joined as DevOps developer, right, at RedHat.
yeah, yeah.
So some of the few questions.
Yeah, so questions like I will not reveal exact question, whatever asked with me interview or what actually we ask in the interviews, but yeah, that can be summarized of uh, Kubernetes. Like let's say if you are focusing on the Kubernetes, then question can be like that can be the first thing can be the architecture. So how the architecture actually works, what are the components, the master and worker nodes, how actually they communicate. Let's say if something is breaking, your cluster is down, so what the first thing you will check, something like that. Okay, so that will be more comprehensive of Kubernetes. Let's come to the Docker and others. So in Docker you can prepare for the Docker file, how you can prepare, like how create the Docker file, how you run it, how you build it. And let's say I want to do some customization, I want to just uh, like compromise the size of that particular image that will be built. So how you I will do that, so accordingly you can prepare those things. Okay, so like the questions can vary according to tools, but yeah, some of the basic question you will always face, like for the Linux. So in the Linux you can prepare for some commands that will always help you, like grep, awk, or there are some top commands to check the system memory and processes. So these are the some basics command that you can learn, like if you run the top command and what are the outputs that you are checking in on the screen. Okay, so what's the mean of those outputs, and accordingly uh, they will ask you the cross questions. Let's say whenever you ask a question, like whenever you answer a question, like you know this particular command, like let me ask one question like so what's the command to check the available CPU in the system. So you will say like you can run the top and you can check how much is using and how much is available. Then the next counter hit on the same question. So if you know the top command, then in the top command, what is the mean of this command? So accordingly, they will go in depth. Okay. So whenever you're answering question, you should know, like I know the depth answer of these. So then only jump in, because there can be a follow up or counter questions.
So in how many days you received your result?
Yeah, result. If I say like it can take to 7 to 15 days, but yeah, it will not take more than that. And you can always ask your HR regarding this, like what's my, like how's my interview goes, and what is the next steps for me, so they can guide you better regarding this.
Can you recommend any YouTube channel or any course for preparation purpose?
I will not recommend any of them, but yeah, if you are going for DevOps, then you can just start looking for the Code Cloud. That is a good platform to learn it and to do the practice at the same time. Okay, and if I like, I'm not recommending any of the first YouTube channel. Like you should go there, you should go there. But yeah, you should always research over the Google, and what fits for you, just learn from there. Because there is no perfect solution for any of the problem. You have to always approach, like it depends on people to people how they are, what on which situation they are. So I was already knowing lots of things and I was needing one step ahead. So on the last day I just gone through all the steps, like all the simple things whatever I know. Okay, so it's kind of revise kind of things, but most of people have this mindset like they don't know Linux, they have to start from the basic or something like that. So yeah, they can just search for that. And yeah,
So, what are your short term and long term plan?
short term and long term plan, I haven't think any. I actually work on now. Like if I can do better today, then obviously my tomorrow will be better. So that always I focus on. And if I say the long term, then yeah, I will be okay. So I got one question like for the ATSC rule, from where should we prepare? Okay, yeah. So Akshay, for the ATSC role, you can, like as I said, like in ATSC that can be compromised of first of all the tech stacks. So on which tech stacks you are applying in? Okay, it can be the OpenStack, OpenShift, or RHEL, or many of them. So let me give you a brief about the all of the three or all of the four. Okay, so if you are going for the RHEL, then you can just start focusing on the Linux part. Okay, so in the Linux you have to go more of the deep area. Okay, for the RHEL itself, so they will ask you most of counter question, and you must have done certification till RSC. So you have to do two of certification like RSCSA, RSC, that are mandatory for for the RHEL itself, not for the OpenShift or OpenStack, but for the RHEL, these are mandatories. If you're going for the OpenStack, then you should know the basics of the cloud, how the private cloud works, how what are the terminologies are there, because in OpenStack you will be building the same cloud on the on the client side. Okay, so you will be deploying those cloud platform for them, and you're if you're they are facing an issue, then you have to resolve them. So accordingly you have to prepare for those. And if you are preparing for the OpenShift, then you can start with it will be compromised a lot of things. So first you can plan your resume. So it can be compromised of as I previously also said, like Docker, Kubernetes, and yeah, there can be. Now these two are main rule, I can say, main that will play a main role. Okay, but beside of them, if you have any of the technology in the past, okay, that will always help you. Okay, that can be, I can say, that can be DevOps, that can be CI/CD processes you are facing in, that can be your coding. Okay, so they will always help you in the next processes. But yeah, these two or three things are must for you. Yeah, that's all I think.
So, if anybody has questions, they can ask Aditya. Otherwise, we are good to close.
Yeah, like if you have any question, then you can reach out to me on LinkedIn also. I think Madhvi will drop my LinkedIn IRC for you, and then you can reach out to me. There's no worries. Okay, Madhvi, then if we are not having anything, then we are good to go. Thank you.
Thank you.